So here's the deal. You're a thief. Like on the grand larceny scale, you ought to be prosecuted. It's understandable though, you're not alone. I'm a thief too. Stick around and see if we can't figure out how to stop being criminals together. So welcome to episode 14 of I Have No Idea What I'm Doing, a weekly video cast of me, a random guy in Texas, trying to offer you a small slice of positive content in a world often filled with less than positive options. Thanks for watching. Yes, I called you a thief. And yes, that's a bit of hyperbole, but according to Teddy Roosevelt, we all may just be thieves unto ourselves. We're a people of comparison. We're comparative by nature, and by default, we look around and assess ourselves by how we compare to others. It's what we do. We compare bank accounts, job titles, brand names, makes of cars, vacation locations, amount of service to others, bald spots, number of friends, the fact that I got a venti and you got a grande, we compare. And if you subscribe to the wisdom of others, President Teddy Bear informed us long ago that comparison is the thief of joy. So yes, hyperbole aside, you are a thief, just one unto yourself. Unfortunately, in a comparison life, it's really easy and very common for us to end up next to somebody we don't self-measure up to. It's humbling. For whatever it is, they're more accomplished, better looking, their kids are better behaved, or their marriage is in a better place. It could be most anything, but it begins to crumble your self-esteem. Maybe there's a few things we can do to steal joy back for ourselves. First off, study after study have proven that those who have real joy in their lives are those that are grateful. Those that recognize they don't have it all, and yet they can find a way to be thankful for the things they do have. If you're watching this video on the internet, utilizing grid-based or battery-powered electricity, likely in an air-conditioned environment, with a glass of bacteria-free cold water or at least simple access to it, you've got some things to be grateful for. A number of years ago, I was struggling a bit with this when a buddy of mine helped me to reshape my thinking a little, and he offered a new definition of being rich to me. He gently worked me through his thought process of richness, arriving at the thought that being rich isn't some magic number you have to hit. Instead, you're rich when you have the ability to be a blessing to others. If you can, at any level, bless others, you are, in his definition, rich. And when we think about richness from this angle, we actually do have a lot to be grateful for because most of us can bless others in some way, whether monetarily or otherwise. Additionally, what if there's a way for us to keep our comparison bias in check and our things to be thankful for at hand when we need them? And I think there is. A while back, I was encouraged by a guy to make 2 lists that could be easily accessed when I needed them the most. Now, you could do these lists virtually, but I think it might be more effective if you actually put pen to paper so you can reference them when you start stealing from yourself again. On one list, write down your advantages, your lucky breaks, the good feedback you received over the years, your trusted friendships and network. And on the other, write the opposite, your obstacles, your hurdles, the times where you've faltered and fallen short, the criticisms, a list of others you can see as better or luckier than you. Now, what you do with them is up to you. You'll have moments of trial, moments where your joy is waning, moments where you get down and where, in your mind, others are doing better than you. And if you have your 2 lists, you've got a choice. Which list you choose to pull out and read is up to you. You can read the latter and continue to negatively pile on yourselves, or you can read the former and decide how to proceed with a renewed enthusiasm. Make 2 lists. So let's wrap with this. From what I can gather, comedian Louis C.K. is a pretty insightful guy. He can be a little off-color sometimes, but he's also fairly spot on with most of his takes, and I think he's got a decent one when it comes to comparison. And he says, "The only time you look to your neighbor's bowl is to make sure they have enough. You don't look to your neighbor's bowl to see if you have as much as them." So, are you making sure your neighbor's bowl is filled this week, or are you just worried about how you're not matching up to them? Let's fill those bowls. Until next time.